नमस्कार दोस्तों, मेरा नाम है डॉक्टर गौरव। मैं आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत करता हूँ मेरे यूट्यूब चैनल दयाल एंड संस्कार, जिसमें कि हम CSR नेट की PYQ चैप्टर वाइज सीरीज डिस्कस कर रहे हैं। जिसमें हम सबसे पहले डिस्कस कर रहे हैं ऑर्गेनोमेटेरिक केमिस्ट्री। ऑर्गेनोमेटेरिक केमिस्ट्री में हम क्लस्टर्स के ऊपर बात कर रहे हैं। क्लस्टर से रिलेटेड प्रीवियस ईयर में आए हुए क्वेश्चंस को हम दे रहे हैं। पिछली दो वीडियोस में भी हमने क्लस्टर्स के बारे में डिस्कस किया था। पिछली दो वीडियोस में हमने देखा था कि कैसे हम टोटल इलेक्ट्रॉन काउंट निकालते हैं मॉलिक्यूल का, प्लस किसी भी क्लस्टर का टोटल इलेक्ट्रॉन काउंट कैसे निकाल सकते हैं, और स्केलेटल इलेक्ट्रॉन पेयर कैसे निकालते हैं, और स्केलेटल इलेक्ट्रॉन पेयर की मदद से कैसे हम स्ट्रक्चर टाइप को डिसाइड करते हैं, क्लस्टर के टाइप को डिसाइड करते हैं। उसके बाद सेकेंड वीडियो में हमने देखा था कि हम कैसे टोटल इलेक्ट्रॉन काउंट की मदद से नंबर ऑफ मेटल मेटल बॉन्ड्स भी कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं। कौन से फॉर्मूलेज यूज होंगे वो फॉर्मूलेज हमने देखे थे, और साथ ही साथ प्रीवियस ईयर्स में जो उस पैटर्न पे आए हुए क्वेश्चंस हैं वो डिस्कस किए थे। आज की सीरीज में भी हम क्लस्टर के ऊपर ही बात करेंगे। आज की इस वीडियो में हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं कि हम किस तरह से किसी गिवन क्लस्टर्स की ज्योमेट्री को फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं, वो देखेंगे। और साथ साथ ही प्रीवियस ईयर के क्वेश्चन जो इस टॉपिक पे आए हैं, ज्योमेट्री ऑफ क्लस्टर्स पे आए हैं, उनको भी हम डिस्कस करेंगे। चलिए शुरू करते हैं इस वीडियो को। ज्योमेट्री ऑफ क्लस्टर को फाइंड आउट करने के लिए हमें दो चीज चाहिए। हमें दो चीज की इंफॉर्मेशन मालूम होनी चाहिए। नंबर एक, टोटल इलेक्ट्रॉन काउंट के बारे में हमें इंफॉर्मेशन होनी चाहिए, और स्केलेटल इलेक्ट्रॉन पेयर के बारे में हमें जानकारी होनी चाहिए। अगर हमें इन दोनों की इंफॉर्मेशन है, देन वी कैन टेल द ज्योमेट्री ऑफ द मॉलिक्यूल बेस्ड ऑन दिस पर्टिकुलर टेबल। Now, as you can see in this table, we have equated skeletal pair to associated stable geometries. The skeletal electron pairs are associated with some definite stable geometries. I should make one point here that this stable geometry corresponds to the closure clusters. The stable skeletal electron pair and the stable geometry corresponds to the closure structures of the clusters. Closure clusters पर depend करता है। Alright. Now let's see what does it. When skeletal electron pair is 5, that the cluster can have three types of geometry. Number one, tetrahedron, butterfly structure, or square planar structure. Now, all these three geometries are stable with skeletal electron pair 5. But the question is when it will be tetrahedron, or when it will be square planar, when it will be butterfly. So that information we will get from this total electron count of the cluster. If the total count of the cluster is coming to be 60 and the skeletal electron pair is 5, then it will have a steep geometry of tetrahedron. And if the total electron count is 62 and the skeletal electron pair is 5, then the stable geometry will be butterfly. And in case we have total electron count to be 64 and the skeletal electron pairs comes out to be 5, then the stable geometry will be square planar. Then the structure will be square planar. Now, next is skeletal electron pair is equal to 6. When skeleton pair is equal to 6, then we can have two stable geometries. One is trigonal bipyramidal geometry and another one is square pyramidal geometry. Now again, whether the geometry with the skeletal electron pair will be trigonal pyramid or square pyramidal, that will again be decided by the total electron count that we have calculated. The total electron count for TBP structure for the structure to be TBP and in skeletal pair 6, the TC should be 72. If TC is 72, that is total electron count is 72, and the number of skeletal pair comes out to be 6, then the stable geometry will be trigonal bipyramidal. Similarly, if the total electron count comes to be 74 and the skeleton pair comes out to be 6, then we have a square pyramidal geometry. Then we will going to have the square pyramidal geometry as the basic geometry of that particular cluster. Now we come to skeletal pair 7. When skeleton pair is equal to 7, now again, like skeletal electron pair 5, in case of skeletal electron pair 7, there are three possible geometries. First one is bicap tetrahedron, second is octahedral tetrahedron, and the third one is trigonal prism. Now things come when it will be bicapped tetrahedron, when it is octahedron, or when it will be trigonal prism when skeleton pair electron pair is 7. Now when skeleton pair equal to 7 and the total electron count comes to be if the total electron counts come to be 84 and the skeleton pairs comes out to be 7, then the basic geometry will be bicapped tetrahedron. And in case the total electron counts come out to be 6 and skeleton pairs comes out to be 7, then the stable geometry will be octahedron. Just remember one thing, TEC 86 and skeleton pair 7, then the structure will be octahedron. Followed by trigonal prism. Trigonal prism structure will be when skeleton pair is 7 and the total electron count is 90. When total electron count is 90 and the skeleton pair count is 7, then the stable geometry will be trigonal prism. Then for skeleton pair electron pair 8, there is only one stable geometry, that is pentagonal bipyramidal geometry for skeleton pair equal to 8. For skeleton pair equal to 9, there are three stable geometries, basically 4 geometries. There are 4 possible geometries that it can have is dodecahedron, bicapped trigonal prism, or square antiprism. Now dodecahedron, bicapped trigonal prism are the similar structures. Now when it will be square antiprism, if the TEC comes up to the total electron counts comes to be 114, then the skeleton pair is 9, then the stable geometry will be square antiprism. And there is a special case of cube. This particular cube structure is found in case of cubane. In case of cubane, only in case of cubane you find this cube stable geometry with skeleton pair 9. This you will find only in case of cubane. This is a very characteristic of a cubane structure. There is one more geometry in this which is called hexagonal pyramidal. However, this geometry is very rare. Is very rarely observed. This particular hexagonal pyramidal geometry is very less frequently is observed in the cluster. The main geometries of skeleton electron pair 9, basic stable geometry will be dodecahedron or bicapped trigonal prism. But if the total electron counts comes to be 114, then it will be square antiprism. If it's coming out to be 120, then it will be cube. Then with the skeleton pair electron equal to 11, the stable geometries are bicapped square antiprism and pentagonal prism. If the total electron count comes out to be 142 and we have the skeleton electron pair 11, then the stable geometry will be bicapped square antiprism. Otherwise, it will be pentagonal prism. The TEC is not equal to 142, but the number of skeleton pair comes out to be 11, then it will have a pentagonal prism geometry. Then we come to skeleton. If the skeleton pair is equal to 12, the shape will be octadecahedron or deltahedron. Octadecahedron or deltahedron. And if skeleton pair is 13, it will be icosahedron or bicapped square pentagonal prism. Icosahedron or bicapped pentagonal prism are the similar structure but with two different names. Icosahedron and bicapped trigonal prism are same thing, but they are two different terminology for similar structure. Similarly, here octahedron and deltadecahedron are same structure, but they are two different terminology. Similarly, here dodecahedron and bicapped trigonal prismatic are two similar structures, only it is difference is in the terminology. Alright, I hope this table is clear. I repeat once more. For 5 skeletal pair, the stable geometries are tetrahedron, butterfly and a square planar. Tetrahedron will be observed when TEC is 60. If TEC is 62, then it will be butterfly, and if TEC is 64, then square planar geometry will be observed. For skeleton pair equal to 6, there are two stable geometries, trigonal bipyramidal and square bipyramidal. Trigonal bipyramidal will be observed when TEC is 72 and square pyramidal will be observed when TEC is 74. Now for skeleton pair equal to 7, bicap tetrahedron, we have three stable geometry, bicap tetrahedron, octahedron and trigonal prism. Bicap tetrahedron will be observed when TEC is 84. Octahedral geometry will be observed when total electron count is 86, and trigonal prism will be observed when total electron count is 90. For scatter pair equal to 8, the stable geometry, there is only one stable geometry, that is pentagonal bipyramidal. For scatter pair equal to 9, there are 5 stable geometries, dodecahedron, bicap trigonal prism, square antiprism, cube or hexagonal pyramidal. In this, one thing to note, hexagonal bipyramidal is very rare. In most of the clusters, hexagonal pyramidal geometry is not observed. So, it is the last option. If it is appearing in the paper, it is the last option to go with the hexagonal pipe for scatter pair 9. Now, in scatter pair 9, square antiprism will be observed when total electron count is 114, and cube is observed in case of iron sulfur clusters. Iron sulfur cluster, for example, in cubane. This cubic structure will be observed in case of iron sulfur clusters, for example, cubane. Only in those. In all the remaining clusters, the shape can either be, for scatter pair equivalent geometry can either be dodecahedron, bicap trigonal prism or square antiprism. And square antiprism will be observed when total electron count is 140. Similarly, for scatter pair equal to 10, the tricap trigonal prism is the only one stable geometry we have, tricap trigonal prism. For scatter pair electron 11, we have two stable geometries. First one is bicap square antiprism with total electron count equal to 142. When total electron count is 142, then and 11 scatter pair is 11, then we have bicap red square antiprism, and or otherwise we will have pentagonal prism geometry. Then for scatter pair 12, the shape geometry will be either octahedron or deltahedron. Octahedron and deltahedron are the same structure, but the two different terminology that you will find used in different books. For 13, structure will be icosahedral or bicap pentagonal prism. Icosahedral bicap pentagonal prism for scatter pair electron equal to 13. Please note down this table. This will be requiring when we solve the problems. Now let us solve for the first one. First question is from December 2017. In this, the cluster was given S9, 4 negative, and the geometry of this particular structure was asked in the question. Now let us solve for this. What we first need to find out the total electron count. Let us find out the total electron. TEC will be equal to Sn. Sn belongs to carbon family. Sn means tin. Sn stands for tin, and tin belongs to carbon family, and the carbon family donates 4 electrons towards the structure. So for one Sn we have 4 electrons. We have 4 and there are 9. Therefore we will multiply it by 9. There is 4 negative charge, and 4 negative charge means 4 electron has been added to the structure. That's why we will add plus 4. For this 4 minus, we will add plus 4 to the total electron count, because these 4 electrons are adding to this structure. So what do we get is equal to, it will come out to be 42. So TEC is 40. For TEC 40, do we have any structure? No. So what we do, we will find out now SEP, skeleton electron pair. Now formula for skeleton electron pair is TEC minus 2 into N upon 2 Y2, why not 12? There are two formulas for SEP. One is this one and another one is SEP is equal to TEC minus 12 into N divided by 2. Now I have already told in the first lecture, in the first video, that this particular formula for skeleton electron pair we will use when we have transition metal. When we have transition metals in the cluster. And this formula is used when there is non-transition elements. For non-transition metals slash elements. When there is non-transition metal or element. Now in this case Sn is a non-transition element. Therefore, which formula we are going to use? We will going to use this formula. So according to this formula, what will be the SEP? SEP is equal to TEC is 40 minus 2 into n. N is the number of vertices. Here number of vertices is equal to number of tin. And how many tins are there? 9. So 2 into 9 divided by 2. This will come out to be 40 minus 18 upon 2, 22 upon 2, that is equal to 11 skeleton, 11 skeleton electron pairs comes out to be 11. Now let us check whether it is a Closio or Nido. Why I am saying we will check Closio and Nido? Because in the table which is in which we have associated the skeleton electron pair with the geometries is for Closio structures, and for Nido what we will do? We will remove one vertex from the Closio structure. In Nido structure what happens? One vertex is removed. In case of arachno, if the structure comes out to be arachno, then we will remove 2 vertices from the structure and get the structure for this particular complex. Now let us see whether this is a Closio or a Nido or a arachno structure. Now SEP is equal to 11. Let me rub this part. Now SEP is equal to 11. There are 9 tin, so I can write 11 as 9 plus 2, which is equal to n plus, I can write this as n plus 2, and for n plus 2 according to what is rule, n plus 2 the structure corresponds to, when skeleton electron is n plus 2, the structure corresponds to which is geometry? Yes, Nido. Implies it will have a Nido geometry, Nido structure, Nido type. It will be a Nido structure. And now let's look at the table. Let me rub this part. According to table, for a skeletal pair equal to 11, the stable geometries are bicapped, square, antiprism, and second geometry is pentagonal prism. Now this structure is when the skeletal pair is equal to 11 for a Closio. In Closio, how many vertices will be there? When it's like for Closio with the skeletal electron pair, how many vertices should be there? 10. We should have 10 vertices. We should have 10 vertices. But here we have only 9 vertices. That means we have to remove one vertices from either of these structure. So from removing the one vertex from which of these structure will be easy? From this bicapped square antiprism. And if we can remove one capping from here, the one vertex which is forming the cap here, in bicap we have 2 vertices which are forming a capping structure on the square prism, antiprism geometry. So if we remove one of the vertices, that is one of the capping, That is, we have removed one vertices. The structure left is monocab square antiprism. So the structure will be for this particular, for therefore geometry for SN9 4 negative will be monocabbed square antiprism. So the stable geometry is monocabbed square antiprism. So the stable geometry is monocabbed square antiprism for this particular cluster. Now let us check the second. I hope this is clear. Okay, let's move down to now to next question, which is from December 2018. From 2018, the complex was given as RH9P CO21 2 negative. RH9P CO21 2 negative. This is the cluster, and we are required to find the geometry. Geometry of this particular complex. Let us solve this. Let us first calculate the total electron count. One RH, we have RH here, one RH contributes 9 electrons. So 9 into 9. So we have 9 into 9. So we have 9 into 9. For one RH, one RH contributes 9 electrons. So 9 will contribute 9 into 9. Plus, there are 21 CO. 1 CO contributes 2 electrons, and 21 will contribute 2 into 21. Plus, phosphorus. How many electrons will phosphorus contribute in this structure? Phosphorus can either contribute 3 or 5. When phosphorus is encapsulated, it will contribute all its 5 electrons. Now in this particular case, phosphorus is encapsulated, therefore the electron contributed by phosphorus is all its valence electron, that is 5. Plus there is 2 negative charge, that is these 2 electrons are adding up to the structure, therefore we add 2 here, plus 2. So the total electron counts comes out to be 81 plus 42 plus 9, 90, 130. Total electron count comes out to be 130. TEC is equal to 130. Now TEC comes out to 130. Now we find out SEP. SEP is equal to, which formula we are going to use? We are going to use formula TEC minus 12 into N divided by 2. Why? Because here we have transition element. RH is a transition element. Therefore the formula for SEP will be TEC minus 12 into N by 2. TEC is 130 minus 12 into 9 divided by 2, that is equal to 130 minus 108 divided by 2, that is equal to, this will comes out to be 22 upon 2, that is equal to 11. Is equal to 11. Now here also scattered pair electrons are coming to be 11. For 11 we know we have 2 stable geometries, bicabbed square antiprism or pentagonal prism. For scattered pair electron we have scattered pair equal to 11, we have 2 geometries, bicapped square antiprism and pentagonal biprism. But when we have this, then we have a closure structure with a skeleton pair electron equal to 7. Now let us check whether this particular complex is whether this particular complex is closed or it has some other structure. Now I have here 9 RH, means we have 9 vertices. So 9, 11 will be, I can write 11 as 9 plus 2 because 9 is vertices plus 2, that means it is coming out to be n plus 2, implies it is a nido. That is one vertex less than the closure structure. It will have one vertex less than the closure structure. For SCP equal to 11, closure structure has stable geometry, bicap square antiprism, and if we remove one cap from here, one vertex from here, one vertex is equal to 12 electrons. You can also check it by this. TC for this is, for bicap, TC is equal to 142, right? And one vertex means removal of one vertex means their loss of 12 electron. So minus 12, that means it comes out to 130. So if we remove one vertex from here, what we are left with? We are left with 'mono cab square anti-prism geometry, square anti-prism geometry. So the structure will be monocab square anti-prism. For this particular complex also the geometry is monocab square anti-prism and the structure type is nido. Actually in the question both of these things were asked, whether the structure is nido or clozo or arachno, and plus the geometry. So the correct option was nido and monocab square anti-prism. Now let's come to the third problem, which is from June 2019. Third problem is from June 2019. Third problem is RH9, sorry, this question is from June 2019. It says RU6C CO17 RU6C CO17 RU6C CO17. Structure is RU6C CO17. In this question, it was actually geometry was not directly asked, but you need to find out the geometry in order to choose the correct option. The question was something like this: the structure was given, and there were 4 options. You have to identify which there are 4 statements related to this particular sorry, related to this particular structure, and you have to identify which of them are the correct statements. So let us see. Now let us first calculate the geometry of this particular complex. For geometry, we need to find out first TC. Let us calculate TC. RU is in which group? RU is in RU belongs to iron family, and iron contributes 8, so therefore RU will also contribute 8 electrons. So 8, they are 6 RU, so 8 into 6 plus they are 17 COs, 1 CO contributes 2, means 2 into 17 plus, now carbon. Here carbon will contribute 4 electron, carbon contributes 4 electron plus 4 is equal to 48, 34 plus 4. that is equal to, this comes out to be, excuse me, this comes out to be 48 plus 34 plus 4, 38 or 48, 86. TEC comes out to be 86. TEC comes out to be 86, and let us check for ourselves whether it is a closure, whether it has a closure structure or not. Let us check SEP. Let us calculate SEP for this. SEP will be equal to TEC minus 12 into N divided by 2. TEC is 86 minus 12. Here N is 6. 12 into 6 divided by 2 is equal to 86 minus 72 divided by 2, that is 14 upon 2, that is equal to 7. This means it has a skeletal pair 7, TEC is 86, and the structure is this. I can write as 6 plus 1, that is equal to N plus 1, means it is a closure structure. This has a closure structure, and a closure structure with skeletal pair 7 and TEC is equal to 86 will have, which is geometry? Octahedron. Octahedron. Geometry will be octahedron for this particular complex, and it will be closure, and total electron count will be 86, and carbon here and this carbon here will be encapsulated. This carbon will be encapsulated. So the three statements were correct, and one in which the structure has been said to be monocap square antiprism was wrong. Correct structure was octahedron. The correct structure is octahedron. Carbon is encapsulated. It has closure structure with TEC equal to 86 and a skeletal pair equal to 7. Now there is one question. Let us take another question which is from GATE 2017. There is one problem that has been asked in GATE 2017. Let us take that also. Me2, C2, B10, H10. This was the structure, geometry and structure type was asked. Geometry and structure type was asked for this particular question. Me2, C2, B10, H10. Me2, C2, B2, H10. Me2, C2, B10, H10. Now let us calculate TEC for this first. TEC is equal to Me. Me means methyl. Methyl group contributes 1 electron. 1 into 2. 1 electron by neutral method. We are calculating TEC here by neutral method. We are following neutral method. And according to neutral method, Me contributes 1 electron. And if you are calculating TEC by ionic method, then Me will contribute, you will take 2 electrons for Me. Now here TEC is 1 into 2. 1 methyl, there are 2 methyl, 1 methyl contributes 1, therefore 2 methyl will contribute 1 into 2 plus. There are 2 carbon, 1 carbon contributes 4, 4 into 2 plus. Boron, 1 boron contributes 3 and there are 10 into 10 plus. Hydrogen contributes 1 and there are 10 hydrogen, so 1 into 10. Now I am calculating TEC by using neutral method, and I recommend you all to always calculate TEC based on the neutral method, because that is very easy to calculate rather than the ionic method, because in that method there are chances that you get the things wrong. Neutral method is the best method to solve the problem. Now I again repeat, from 1 methyl 1 electron contributes, there are 2 methyl, therefore I have written 1 into 2. 1 carbon contributes 4 electron, there are 2 carbons, so therefore 4 into 2. Now 1 boron contributes 3 electron by neutral method and there are 10, so 3 into 10. Hydrogen contributes 1 electron, so I have written 1 into 10. There are 10 hydrogen, so 1 into 10. The totals comes out to be 2 plus 8 plus 30 plus 10, that is equal to 40, 40, 50. TC comes out to be 50. TC comes to be 50. Now let us calculate SEP. SEP is equal to TEC minus, now here which formula will use? 12 into n by 2 or 2 into n? We will use here TC minus 2 into n upon 2. Why? Because here we have there are no transition metal. If there had been a transition element here, then we would have used the formula TC minus 12 into n. Here there are no transition elements, we have only main block elements or the non-transition elements, therefore we are using 2 into n. Now here what will be the n number of vertices? Now here carbon and boron, in this particular study, this is an example of carboranes. This is an example of carbonanes, methyl substituted carbonanes basically. It is a methyl substitute, dimethyl substituted carborane, and in carbonanes, carbon and boron both form the vertices, and therefore here we have 2 carbons and 10 boron, therefore total number of vertices will be 12. So TC is 50 minus 2 into 12 divided by 2, this comes out to be 26 upon 2, that is equal to 30, and this means this can be written as 12 plus 1 implies closure. It has closure structure, it will have closure structure, and for S skeleton electron pair is equal to 13, the stable geometry is icosahedron. So its structure is clozo and icosahedron. Clozo and icosahedron. I hope I am clear. I just check once. Yeah, it's icosahedron. So its geometry will be icosahedron and structure type will be clozo. Clozo icosahedron. This methyl substituted dimethyl substituted carborane has a clozo structure type is clozo, and the geometry will be icosahedron. I hope it is clear now how to calculate the geometry of the clusters, how to find out the geometry of the clusters. With the previous year problem, I have discussed this. All the information that is necessary I have already given. I hope this video was very helpful for you all. If you like my video, please do hit the like button. Subscribe my channel. If you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Thank you guys.